Oh, hey! I have something special as promised. Today we're going to be looking back and discussing an old show from mine and many other people's childhoods. It's called Zoom. Let's get into it.
Come on, you guys, go!
Let's do it!
Come on and Zoom, 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 come on and 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 Zoom, I'm Zoe. Hey, I'm Jared. I'm Keiko.
I'm Pablo.
I'm Elisa. I'm David. And I'm Lanique. We're all plugged into one world now. So let's talk. We want to hear from you. Come on, give it a try. And if you like what you see, turn off the TV and do it. Come on and do, 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 zoom, zoom, Come on and do, come on and do, come on and do, come on and do, come on and do,
Zoom was a TV show by kids for kids that ran from the 1970s to early 2000s, and recently 2019 with season 8 airing after 14 years. The show was segment-based and focused on games, challenges, experiments, and cooking, as well as zoom-ins that detailed the lives of individual cast members. I was what you would call a latchkey kid, so when I got home from school I would pretty much do my own thing, and I always used to watch Zoom on PBS. While researching this video, I actually remembered all the episodes that I saw 14 years later. As a kid, I had a crush on a lot of girls on the show. I remember Caroline, Alyssa, Kara, and Taylor, just to name a few. I remember being grounded off the TV. My mom would either lock it up or just unplug it. And I would pick the lock sometimes with like a credit card, which I learned from TV. Anyway, I learned how to like time it just right to where the TV would be cold to the touch when she got home, because she would feel it and see if it was warm, and if it was warm she would know, and I would get in even more trouble or maybe an extra ass whooping. Man, I was a handful as a kid. Zoom for sure was entertaining and educational. The segments were well put together and fun. The show even had its own language called Ubby-Dubby, which was similar to Pig Latin.
Habai, Province. Zabba mobba jabbik pobbin subble. Abit wobble dabu, obble yabber hobble mubberk, abin hobble yabu, abon obble yabber tabist. Jabbast hobble dabbit abin yabber hobbin labag zabis, abin sabe, abba bubby dubba bubby. Yabu wobble gobbit strabate abes. Yabor tubby chubber wobble thubbink yabu. Abar daba smubber tubbis pubber subbin oven thubba wubberld. Subbo trubai thubbis smubber chubbik poppin subble. Oven subbe. Hubba bubby dubba bubby.
I tried a lot of the recipes and activities when I was a kid, and they were all great. One that I remember well was a recipe where you layered peanut butter and melted chocolate to basically make Reese's. Another really cool thing is that most, if not all, of the projects and activities on the show made use of things you could find around the house. That made it easy to participate and interact either while the episode was still going or immediately afterwards. There was a lot of fun you could have with this show. I remember it being on before school sometimes, which was weird because it was an after-school show. But yeah, it was like kind of on at friends' houses and like kind of always around and everything. I don't think without the viewers that it would have as much content as it did. I mean, they definitely used the viewers as a foundation, but the show was really engaging and tailored to kids. I think some of the things they did was like they would have viewers send in questions for the cast they would answer. They would also send in like skits that they would act out. And there was like home videos and guests and everything with like special talents and hobbies. It was pretty cool. PBS had a lot of good shows that myself and many others spent hours upon hours watching as kids. Shows like Arthur, Clifford, Cyber Chase, and Word Girls, just to name a few. So much quality content, man. My generation grew up on a metric ton of good shows. I mean, stuff on like Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon, Disney Channel, freaking the CW, or like Warner Bros. with Animaniacs and like Pinky and the Brain and stuff, and of course like PBS too. I mean, it's crazy, man. Like it's some total blast from the past nostalgia stuff. Anyway, that was the video. Don't forget to like, comment, sub, whatever. On my social media, Starman Bandit. Peace.
Wouldn't be shit, I never believed them. Now they wanna show me love, tell them they could keep it. I'm trying to get rich, so please buy my CD so I could put hentai stickers on my Lamborghini. Trying to put hentai stickers on my Lamborghini. Hentai stickers.